And I was just like, when they got to like naming all the sailors, I was just like imagining like a sailor Pluto who's just a fucked up little like person with like tiny hands. Like, hey, I'm Sailor fucking Pluto.
I think they do the whole intro like Sailor Mars, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Pluto.
Sailor Pluto, please help me. I don't feel well.
They're like, oh fuck, Sailor Pluto's fucking it up. No one likes her.
Doesn't matter. Whatever. This type of food poisoning made me shit for 3 days.
Your whole hockey team watched the OC.
Yeah. Just boys being boys, baby.
And we're live.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
No, don't, dude.
In honor of the late Sean Connery, we will do the entire podcast.
We didn't discuss this before. I didn't know you were gonna pull that.
Welcome to Friendship Hour.
Really blindsided me with that one.
Just doing Sean Connery quotes.
No, please.
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Yeah, I don't think I know any Sean Connery movies.
The Rock. That's the only.
Yeah, I know.
That's
but
the one that plays for me the best.
I think I watched The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and was like, fuck these gentlemen.
Yeah, that's the one where that's the one he actually quit for. I like the one.
Oh, yeah, he quit acting?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm fucking done with this bullshit.
That's why I like The Rock, because the whole time he's just going to Nicolas Cage, you little shushy. Like, it's so good. Sean Connery.
Are you guys seeing this if you're watching on YouTube? You guys seeing these beautiful mugs thanks to Oren's lovely girlfriend?
Look at that other side. How sexy is that?
Huh?
I mean,
I'm drinking out of Oren's face.
Who gets to have coffee and an erection at the same time? You know? Only us.
Beautiful. Oh, I forgot. Where's the T-shirt?
Oh.
We have our producer is throwing T-shirts around.
That's right.
All right, look at that.
Look
and
at
also,
the
these are
merch.
not for sale.
Look
These
at
are
the
not-
merch, okay?
There's just we got one of each. We're just in the hole for our own podcast.
Go
even
to
more.
Friendship Hour with Jason and
If
Oren,
you
the
give
Jew,
us-
and the Italian.com/merch.
PayPal me money, and I will send you one of these
We're very excited.
for $50. I need to make some money on it.
We want to thank all our fans for buying this stuff for us.
And both our girlfriends.
Yeah. Man, they like
Beautiful.
us so much.
Too much, I would say. And they listen to this podcast, and they still like us.
Well, you know,
They listened to last week's podcast, and they still like us.
thank you so much for the gifts.
We apologize for last week. We were both tipsy and virtual, but now we're back live.
Live, and I missed you. I
Yeah,
really did.
I did too, baby.
You're a good-looking man.
Thanks, man.
You're handsome. You're an adult. I like that about you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I also like that you're an adult. It'd be
Thank
weird
you.
if you were a child with a mustache. I think I forgot to tell last week the fact that I didn't carve a pumpkin. Right, we painted pumpkins. Did I talk about the pumpkin that I painted?
Yeah, you did.
The one that was a dog.
Yeah.
And then
the brown face one.
yeah. Okay,
Yes.
we talked about it.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
you did. Did you want to bring that up again? You're like, I really like talking
I really
about
like talking about the fact that I turned a dog into an Indian policeman with
really insane.
aviator sunglasses.
Yeah. How did you give out candy?
Yeah, we did, man. We
Okay.
gave out some candy yesterday.
What was your method to make sure you didn't touch the kids? 'Cause
We just threw it from our balcony. We just whipped it at the kids. One candy. My girlfriend tossed the candy. I was like dealing with the dog inside, but she said she tossed the candy and it landed on like the iron railing below us and it just exploded all over the place. And it was just like the kid like looking at his dad and dad be like, "I'm sorry," just like picking up candy from all over the front
yeah, it's
porch.
ridiculous that you're throwing candy.
Yeah,
saw
some people
peop-
had like slides and shit.
Tubes. A lot of people use the tubes.
Tubes. Those clamps, you know, those like you like those that stick, and at the end it's
Tongs?
like no, it's like a toy.
Yeah.
At the end of it, it's like a little clampy
It's
thing.
not really a toy. It's for people with limited mobility.
No,
to reach
no, the one that's like a skeleton hand at the
Okay,
end.
yeah, that they make them fun. They make them fun for people with
Yeah.
limited mobility
I don't
because their
know.
lives aren't fun. They're like, let's spice up this guy's life. We'll make it a skeleton hand. instead of
I
a
don't
regular
think
hand.
it's something you get from the government for losing your limbs due
I
to
think that's
diabetes
something.
or whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, so we gave out candy to those, kids, and they were happy. And even though we bought like dollar store candy, so once they got that bag open, pretty sure they were disappointed.
Why? Why do
I
you
mean,
want
just
to be
for-
that person?
Just for the lollipop stuff and the jujube stuff. We gave them real chocolate like Kit Kat,
Okay. fine.
Arrow, but
I don't like the fake all the bullshit. I mean, that's what you used to do. You used to get home, I'd empty out my pillowcase because I was a real man.
yeah.
I'm a real man. I'm not using a bag. I'm not people use
Pillowcase that's encrusted with cum.
No, I was a bit younger then. I wasn't yet. My uncle's cum.
15.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. Someone else's cum.
Gross.
And I and also people used to use like the young kids would use like the plastic or like
The
pumpkin bucket.
Yeah, that fits nothing.
What the fuck is
You're
that? about?
fucked after
Yeah.
30 minutes.
And some kids, because they had goody two-shoe parents, they'd have to carry around 12 pounds of coins in the UNICEF box for no reason. Everyone's just unloading pennies into this poor kids.
We made pennies illegal in Canada for that reason.
Yeah, it's just to stop UNICEF. And so I get home, and then you just like throw out all the garbage candy. Anything.
Just give it to a younger sibling. That's
dude.
what you do.
What's with the stuff that they put in like a paper bag that's stapled? I don't even care if it's brand new in there. I'm not checking anything in there. That's going straight in the garbage. We had someone on our block that gave away pickles.
Just a 90-year-old man being like, "Come here, sonny."
Pickles, Jason.
Yeah.
No, they actually owned Mrs. White's. They were the owners.
No
of Mrs.
way.
White. So they gave a single pickle that was actually.
What a fucking cheap bastard.
Yeah.
He's got $1 million pickle empire, and he's giving out his shitty like pickles that are too ugly to go in the jar.
And this year he's just throwing them out of his balcony at people's heads because he has to keep a distance. No, but they were sealed, wrapped, and labeled Mrs. White's each one, and that's like used to trade that, because everyone would get one pickle.
Right.
Yeah. And stick it up your ass.
And then you have the weird kid. Yeah, exactly. At the cafeteria table, being like, "Give me all the pickles."
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, bitch.
Did you ever? Were you a big Halloween celebrator? I don't feel like you were. I feel like you were a hockey player every year.
No, I was a homeless.
I'm wearing
man
my
every year.
gauntlets.
Every year I was homeless. I was punk homeless. And then my last year, I think I was like, you know what?
Such an annoying costume.
Well,
Punk homeless.
It's because it's like
It's not a thing.
Yeah,
Idiot.
it's just I would wear stuff that my parents were like, "No, you can't fucking dress like that."
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Ripped jeans, spiky hair.
I wish I had some sort of creative, fun costume, but I never.
I was one of the shitty members of Kiss. I wasn't even like, not even Gene Simmons or whatever. I was like Paul Stanley, where the fuck his name is.
You were the last. You were the weak link in that alliance. That's for sure.
That was, I think, my last year trick or treating. That's what I was. I was like I went in 9th grade, so I was like 13, 14 when I went.
Man, my costumes were always shit. You had to get any good costumes when you were a kid? Like, even when you were a kid, they made you punk homeless? They were
No. I was like, Robin. Not even Batman. Robin.
You're such a loser. You were Robin. You're like, no, I'll take the tights. I'll take the short shorts.
I
didn't
ask for it, dude.
Yeah.
I think I was a Power Ranger one year.
Walking around the whole time. Be my Batman. Will you be my Batman? I've been a naughty Robin. Would you be my Batman?
Give me the horns, baby. I insisted that my best friend have the George Clooney Batman with the nipples on it. That's what
Yeah, exactly.
Like, can we get whatever the other one is?
Yeah.
Val Kilmer? No, I forget.
Yeah, Val Kilmer
Was
definitely played him. He sucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
You?
I always like homemade, like either like melting clown makeup that I'd be outside for 2 minutes, but I'd just like a 7-year-old sweat dripping down my face and just like. And I remember once it was a bat, but my father just put a 2x4, like had me carry
across the back of the head, baby. Go to sleep, Oren.
It's a 2x4 like on my shoulders that I carried around like Jesus' cross kind of thing,
Right.
And then he put a garbage bag over me, so it looked like I had wings in his head. And then he just had me walk around with a plank.
Like, not only is it a costume, you get to understand the cost of your sins.
Yeah, exactly. 2 in 1.
Also, a 2x4 in the back of the head. It's like, we're turning the clock forward tonight, bitch. You wake up the next day.
What a bad costume. And I think, I don't know. I remember one time I went for Halloween when I was young, when I lived in Dollard, which is a suburb.
You lived in Dollard?
Yeah, young. I lived in Dollard.
That's where my girlfriend grew up.
Who cares? And so,
well, okay, shut up, West Island Jew bitch.
And then I ended up. I was like, some guy was dressed as a really bloodied up mummy, and he was a tall, huge guy. Like he was probably like, I don't know. I was a kid. He could have been 5 foot for all I know. He looked.
You sure
huge
he wasn't
to
a tampon?
Yeah.
Eh?
Good one, Jason.
Thanks.
You're killing it.
All right, I'm gonna go crawl into a hole.
And then I was scared of Halloween pretty much forever after that.
Oh, yeah, because of the big mummy.
Yeah, to this day I don't want to deal with I don't know, the costumes. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. Everybody relax. It's a bit much.
I don't know. Some people enjoy it.
Yeah, I know.
Free candy.
I know someone around here who really enjoys it.
You too? Your girl is the same here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He loves Halloween.
Yeah. Fucking ladies.
I could feel her
it's
anger.
It's a broad's holiday. It's a broad's holiday.
They like to
it's the official holiday. Not like us. We like Arbor Day. We like to plant a tree.
Yeah.
We like to get our hands dirty. These broads, they like to dress up like something they're not.
Yeah. Give me something tangible,
Yeah.
I don't want to play make-believe.
What does she dress up as?
This year we didn't really
Nothing.
do costumes.
Okay.
I mean,
You didn't give out candy?
Home. I'm not. No, we didn't. There's no one really comes for candy around here.
Yeah, you're on the wrong side of the tracks here.
I'm on the wrong side of
you
the
gotta
tracks.
go up 1 block, I guess, near the parks and shit. All right, well.
Watch out for the wrong side of the tracks.
We're not doing that. we agreed we're not doing that.
Jason.
We're not doing it. Rest in peace, Sean.
Yeah, rest.
Also,
rest
it's
in
weird that his
power.
name's Sean.
Rest in power. I don't know what's with rest in power.
I don't know.
I don't like that. That's the thing. Why did people not like peace? What was wrong with rest in peace?
Rest in power. I'm just imagining a guy with a boner just being lowered in his grave. Open casket, boner still sticking up. You know.
We need more earth. A little more earth.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few. They only started popping up recently. Rest in power. Rest in pussy. Rest in I don't know.
Rest in anal. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
It's a waste of everyone's time. I forgot my notes. I had notes for today.
Well, we can start by talking about E.T. really quickly because I was watching it before I got here. I was just bored. I had like 2 hours to kill before I came here.
Yes.
Yeah, et.
Yes.
Et tu, Brute. Yeah, I was watching E.T. and the opening scene. Do you remember it? Like the first couple scenes? Where like Elliot kind of sees something in the shed.
Elliot.
Shut up.
Elliot.
Elliot sees something in the shed, right?
Yeah.
There's like a party. Like the older brother's having a party, right? Yeah. He's having a party. At one point, it looks like I thought that one of the older brother's friends got dressed up as the mom because he was like there was a person around the same size as them wearing a robe.
Okay.
And one of the friends sticks his finger in his mouth and pretends to wet Willy, the person wearing a robe's asshole. And it turns out that's just the mom. Yeah.
So
like,
she was
the older brother's friend's just like pretending to wet Willy, just like, and just pretends to wet Willy, the mom's asshole. Meanwhile, he's also smoking a cigarette.
How old is he?
They're like 13, 14, whatever. Yeah.
Spielberg's like, I want to make this realistic.
It makes no fucking sense. So they're smoking a cigarette, playing Dungeons and Dragons or whatever. Then Elliot's like, come to the back. I found an ET, and like he had dropped the pizza box because he went outside to go get the pizza that they ordered. They finds the ET, and the mom scolds them for having ordered pizza without their permission. Meanwhile, they're smoking cigarettes inside, playing Russian roulette or whatever the fuck.
It was a different time, Jason.
No dairy, but smoke all the cigarettes you want, kids.
It was a different time when they didn't mind, you know?
Oh, she's a single mom, I guess.
You go up to your parents, you're like, what are you dressing up for Halloween? You're like, a plastic bag. I'm just going to put this over my head. And they're like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Good costume.
And then just for fun, I'm going to zip tie the neck area.
Yeah. For me, I still think it's hilarious when he's dying and he's just like, Elliot,
He looks like a fucking. He looks like a ciabatta bread. He's just full of flour.
It's so annoying.
Also, when the older brother finds him in like the creek or the ravine or whatever, it's just a raccoon by his face, kind of fucking with him a little bit. It's like he got fucked by a raccoon behind the dumpster.
E.T. seen some shit. No wonder I wanted to go home. Get out of here.
And also, like, and when like. So I don't get that, like, E.T. made Elliot feel the things that he felt, like, because when E.T. was home alone and Elliot was at school, E.T. was like drinking Coors Light and Elliot was like getting drunk at school, like through telekinetics or whatever, just burping in class and like making out with a chick, releasing all the frogs.
All of a sudden, it's like the Corsican brothers, Cheech and Chong. It's like they just feel there's twins, like they feel each other's pains. I don't understand. And then that's how he gets sick at the end, right? Oh,
Elliot,
okay,
right. Okay, sure, but like, what was I didn't get it. How did that happen? When he healed him, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
When he healed him when he healed his paper cut, that's the price you pay to get your paper cut healed. Is you have to become a symbiotic relationship with a fucking alien that looks like a raisinette.
It's hilarious when you get older, you completely sympathize with everyone around. Like, why would anyone believe what's going on? He's like showing you a plant. He's like, look at the plant, it's alive. Like, plants die and come back all the time. This is not a miracle.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? A plant? This is not proof, you idiot. It's something more than that.
What else was there? Fuck.
Ouch.
Oh man. Yeah. Also, who was the like lead designer for E.T.? It's like Spielberg just asking every production assistant on set, be like, all right, everybody, who here thinks they have the weirdest looking dick and balls? Raise your hand. All right, Charlotte, come carve this out of clay, and this is what we're going with.
I wonder who played. Someone played E.T. There's definitely a little person in there.
It's whoever played Yoda.
Yeah, I don't think anyone played Yoda, dude.
No. There's a small man.
That would be a form of dwarfism. That would be.
He's
very
from the
serious.
Himalayas. They found him on Mount Everest in a cave.
A little person that small is just hilarious to me with a goatee and just an angry
the biggest
attitude.
head. It's like we have no choice. E.T.'s also got to have a massive dome like Yoda because that's what this man looks like.
Oh my god!
Also, he's got an extendable neck that gets like a dick, like a erect dick.
Overrated, E.T. to say.
Yeah, it fucking sucked, dude. I didn't watch the last 10 minutes because I came here instead.
I don't give a shit about Reese's Pieces. I don't give a shit about it.
Also, but yeah, I was just imagining E.T. Like the thing is that E.T. does look like a 95-year-old Sicilian woman, you know, with like no hair anymore, just like coming out, like no knees. The knees don't work. Just like
when I was a kid, I was like, "What is this documentary of Mother Teresa?"
just like that classic Italian grandmother who like hates dogs, but when she's alone with the dog, she's like, "Okay, I give you a little pasta. Okay, a little pasta for the doggy." Like the E.T. and the dog don't get along, but when they're home alone, he's like, "Okay, here's a little bit of Reese's Pieces."
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he would, if he had a voice, he would end up sounding like Woody Allen. He'd be nervous about everything.
Oh no,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, it hurts.
Man, he says one word and it's out. It's a complaint.
It's another
he's
two.
Just complaining.
That's
a small, wrinkled, complaining old man is what
the
he is.
dreams that Spielberg had while making E.T. is like, I got to do a Holocaust movie next.
Exactly. Ow.
I really like where I like where this complaining is going. I got to do more of this.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. So E.T. fucking sucks, but you know what?
It was great when I was a kid, but
yeah,
now it's like hard to rewatch some of that stuff. And also with all these commercials paying these actors to redo a scene like as if it was still around today, and then like they just completely sell out the nostalgia.
Sorry?
Like there's a commercial, like a 5-minute commercial where like today's Elliot. Who cares about Elliot today?
Right.
Don't show me Elliot today.
He
never grew up. He went to Never Never Land, and he's still the same idiot kid. You know what I mean?
In your head, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the movie recently. It was a pretty good movie, and he plays Jack Torrance in the movie.
Wait, Jack Torrance is the guy from The Shining?
Yeah, he plays Jack Nicholson from The Shining because there's a sequel they made with
Okay.
Ewan McGregor.
Really?
Ewan McGregor.
I would have bet on Elliot being dead by now. I didn't know he was still acting.
Yeah, and so he's in this movie and he's trying to be Jack Nicholson. I'm like, this is the ouch guy. You know what I mean? This is Elliot. This is Elliot. Don't try to pretend. Some actors you can't. We talked about this last time. You can't just pretend that that's somebody else. That's the Elliot. You know. They also did with Home Alone. They did like cheesy Google commercials with the
yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good payday for those guys. I like how Joe Pesci was like, I'm not gonna do the fucking play with Louis C.K. Get Alan Alda, but I will do a Home Alone.
I imagine that payday very different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
I imagine the amount of money, like when he did that Snickers commercial. I'm sure they paid him a lot of fucking money. Where he was like, okay,
you know what? I got some kids to feed.
Yeah, let's do it. He's a cool. I like him because he never really played it. Like he just any script he probably just threw in the garbage the second he saw it. He was like, okay, we're not doing this. I'm gonna do my.
Just tell me the words.
Yeah.
Do I get to beat up the kid?
Where's De Niro? Exactly. Where is De Niro?
Hey, Bobby.
Man.
Bobby, let's go fuck up this kid over here. He hit Marv with a fucking bucket of paint.
I love that. Like I feel like he's like actually he's actually Jewish. Joe Pesci, you find out in years. He's like Andrew Dice Clay. He's actually a Jewish guy who just pretending to be Italian.
Well, I mean, Clay, is that Jew?
Andrew Dice Clay is well, it's not his real name.
Okay,
it's a character. He's a Jewish dude.
Yeah, I know but his name's not Italian. I know, whatever. Anyways,
but his name is Andrew Dice Clay. Bada bing.
How's Andrew even like? That should have been Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Tony.
Because he's not smart.
Yeah, you're right. Like, why am I trying to analyze this like he's a fucking Harvard fucking grad?
He's not a smart man.
No, fuck off, dude.
He's not intelligent like I am.
God damn no.
Yeah. Fuck, I can't remember any. I can't remember anything.
That's okay.
I bet you that I'm gonna get it.
Hey.
I'm gonna get it.
It's okay.
It's
okay. We'll do it. Shut up. Oh yeah. I don't know. This is just gonna Elliot calls his brother penis breath at one point.
That's a good.
And Drew Barrymore laughs even though she's 3.
I used to hate when people laugh at things they don't understand. They just laugh because it sounds right.
Yeah. It's most of what you do on this podcast.
That's true.
Did you ever watch Sailor Moon as a kid?
No, but I watched Sailor Mercury. No, I watched.
That was my Sailor.
Did you just say that's my favorite? Oh my god.
Jupiter was my favorite.
Let's relax him. Your favorite was Tuxedo Mask.
No.
Even though Tuxedo Mask was a woman, you know that, eh?
Was it?
Oh, do you not know the entire truths of Sailor Moon?
No, I don't fucking know shit, dude. I watched the French version of Sailor Moon when I was like 9. What are you trying to...
They whitewashed it completely. They changed.
Oh, from the Asian?
Yeah, the Asian one's very
Japanese.
There's a lot of sexual tension, a lot of lesbianics, a lot of
lesbianics, which is a new way of working out your exclusively your pussy.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of scissoring in it. You know, Sailor. It's Sailor ass.
Because the song showed up without the sailor part of the song on like TikTok, or like on a Twitter video that was like a TikTok video or whatever, and I couldn't remember what the song was, so I googled it, and it was a Sailor Moon song. Yeah, exactly. It's a great song.
Sucking dick by daylight.
And I was just like, when they got to like naming all the sailors, I was just like imagining like a Sailor Pluto, who's just a fucked up little like person with like tiny hands, like, hey, I'm Sailor fucking Pluto.
Pluto's like,
just a blob of a person with just like a head coming out of its shoulder or something.
Like they do the whole intro, like Sailor Mars, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Pluto,
Sailor Pluto, please help me. I don't feel well.
They're like, oh fuck, Sailor Pluto's fucking it up. No one likes her. Everyone
like
doesn't like her.
It's just like a snail with sludge behind it, just dragging its knuckles around, just like trying to save the day as well.
Just reaching at tuxedo masks
with its
like.
I'm picturing an ET hand, just a gross raisin ET hand. Like, can I help?
Yeah. Make me say ouch.
ET Sailor Pluto coming to a theater near you
with Sean Connery.
No, why, dude?
Sorry, I thought we were killing it with that one.
No.
I want to, it's sad. But I didn't realize he was 90 million years old.
Yeah, he's 90 years old, dude. Everyone's like, oh my God, Maron, Sean Connery is a dead man. Oh no, he's so dead now.
And you're like, he's 94.
He's 90, baby.
I think he was 94.
He's 90 on the dot.
Oh, shit.
We're having a
everything's
conversation
94.
Before. Yeah, exactly.
That's just the number I use.
Yeah. We can do that after. We can talk about that later. The joke thievery.
Oh, yeah.
Or we can talk about it right now, I guess.
When do you call it out? You know what I mean? When do you get to call
John
it
Mulaney, you fucking bitch.
We know you had fucking Nick Kroll come to one of our shows.
Yeah. So we're nobodies in Canada, right? That's the thing we want to talk about. We're nobodies in comedy in Canada. And there is like...
speak for yourself.
But so something happens when it's like you work and work and work for this original material that you're like hoping no one ever does or has ever done, and you want every joke that you do to be like an original thought.
Yeah.
And then some fucking guy like John Mulaney goes on Saturday Night Live and his monologue just burns 5 minutes of your material.
It's like almost exactly the same joke.
It's the exact same fucking joke.
But obviously a little bit better.
No, mine's better because I worked on it for months and months and he worked on it for a fucking week.
Jason's better than John Mulaney.
No.
Okay, everybody?
I'm just saying.
Heard it here first.
I had some elements in my joke about old people shouldn't be voting that could have fit well within his monologue.
Yep.
But it was fucking insane that both of us talked about our 94-year-old grandparents shouldn't be allowed to vote, and we equated it both to either ordering. He said ordering for the table and leaving at a restaurant, and mine was like to bake a shitty fucking cake and not eating it. I was like, the premise of my joke was that like 30 years ago there was like one 94-year-old voting, right?
Yeah.
And now we have a fucking shitload of 94-year-old voting. It's like 30 years ago, a 94-year-old voting was like a 5-year-old asking to help bake a cake in the kitchen, you know? Yeah. And it's like, sure, like grandpa lick the spoon of democracy. Who gives a shit? You know, it's not going to fuck up the cake.
Yeah.
But now you got a bunch of 94-year-olds being like, give me the brominated vegetable oil. And it's like, we outlawed that shit in the 50s, grandpa. You're not allowed to bake the cake.
Yeah,
now I can't do that joke ever again.
There should be just a limit.
I'm still gonna do it.
Where they just stop. Where they just be like, you don't drive anymore. You don't.
Dude, my 88-year-old grandmother just got her license renewed for 8 years.
That's insane.
The government was like, yeah, you get 8 more years. She can't turn her neck.
It's insane. Why? Like, how is it hard for someone to get their license, but once you have it, you never lose it? Like, what is that about?
She backs into the concrete pole in her building's underground garage every time she backs out to go get groceries.
They just give her bumper cars. Like the whole thing should be surrounded in mattresses or something. She's just, it's just hilarious how they just let them go.
You can do it as long as you're over 50. You just get your license forever.
That's
you're stamped every year. And you had a joke that was done by someone else that you can't.
Yeah, it was the Chris Rock's whole special. You know what I mean? Dave Chappelle. You know, it was actually Dave Chappelle. Was that thing he put online?
Yeah, the 1154 or whatever.
Yeah, I was word for word, same pretty much thing because I feel the same shit. You know, and I was like, when I heard it, I was like, shit.
No.
Dude, I was watching a lot of The Wire, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. It's every second word. It's actually to the point where I think they did it like that episode where they say fuck, like fuck for everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Everybody every 5 seconds goes shit, and it's like I come out of that. What you not want me to not say? It's the perfect thing to say to anything, you know. Yeah. And now I'm stuck saying it 100 times, and then I have my friends going, "Oh man, you can't say that." I'm like, why can't I say that?
You can say shit.
I can say shit. Man, it's the best.
Hebrew.
It's it's part of the Talmud or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
Ugh.
Yeah. That's it. It's the best. Man, by the way, second season garbage.
No.
Oh my god.
You wait.
It's almost like
You wait.
Some of the acting in it is just
Yeah, the
is
acting's
this a
not
joke?
great. Yeah.
The character, did you watch it recently?
No,
There's one
it's been a
character
while.
his name is Ziggy.
Yeah,
and
Ziggy rules.
And he's a badass. Of course he is. Of course Ziggy is a badass. They knew before he was born. That
Well,
this
it's
one's gonna
not.
be
He's
a
not
badass.
as badass. That's the thing. He's a fuck up. Keep watching it.
It's the worst. I finished it, and
Oh.
it's useless. And the whole season is just completely like they're like, let's try this, and they're like, oh, that didn't work. Let's go back to the corners, and like, yeah, that's what we want to see.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's
What
just
a great review. This is a great podcast.
every time. Like that's a lot. Like it's a lot like the Die Hard movies, where every time they're like trying to make it seem like I'm out, and then he's like, all right,
Pull me back in.
they brought me back. I'll come back for this one job. It's very just like family.
It's Fast and Furious.
Family. I hope they just changed the name to that. To just
La Familia.
to family, very family.
Yeah. That's actually the right pivot for Fast and Furious after is they all become babysitters.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. I don't know for a fact, but I bet you Vin Diesel and The Rock have both done babysitter movies.
The Rock has. It's called Tooth Fairy.
Of course it is.
When he turns into he's a professional hockey player who turns into the Tooth Fairy.
He's a professional hockey player?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I think I tried to watch it for some reason.
course you did.
For I think a show.
You're trying
maybe.
to entertain a guest. You're trying to keep your date entertained.
No, I think it was a show, like a sort of Battlecom show or something, where we had to like come up with like the worst. I don't know.
Hulk Hogan had one, The Nanny, I think it was called or something.
Yeah, and then Kindergarten Cop, is that the same thing?
Kindergarten Cop is
I know it's Schwarzenegger, but is it the same premise?
Man, I'm good at impressions.
Oh my god! I think our camera's gonna start blinking soon, so
restart
we'll
it.
do part 2 of the episode shortly. Anyway, Louis C.K. stole your shit.
No, but he had a similar joke just about how people like get upset, like freak out when you tell them that Jesus was a big Jew, when he was a huge Jew. That
Yeah,
is.
I forget what his version was.
His was just like, do you think he was Christian? Like that makes no sense. You know? Like, do you think he was on the cross and he was something like he's like wearing it and he's like, oh, that's
me. Yeah, okay.
Like that whole thing.
And yours was what?
I don't even remember.
He was like a bro. He was a surfer. He wasn't just like, he wasn't a, what do you think?
Oh, the way
Jesus
they
was like
paint him, the way they
yeah.
make Jesus look, it's like this white like goddess and
like an Australian.
Yeah. They make him just look like a shred. He's so muscular. He's like shredded.
Yeah,
He's a carpenter. Yeah. He was a carpenter, not a CrossFit trainer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay,
And,
there it is, baby.
And that was the awful joke after that, which is he invented CrossFit. He carried the cross. That's how he got fit.
Yeah.
Right? And also that like he looks so like white and handsome. Like really, Jesus was a Jewish guy. You know, he was like a 33-year-old. He probably looked like Adam Sandler.
He looked like you.
Yeah, exactly. He did.
He had a shitty mustache.
Hey.
And I can say that now because
we share one.
Yeah. What else are you looking at?
Yeah, I was looking at my notes here.
Yeah.
Very important notes about different things.
How was your quarantine? Did you go outside or did you? Okay.
They're listening.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I didn't have to quarantine. My girlfriend and I kept distance socially for 2 weeks.
You slept in the mud room.
Mm-hmm.
You slept on the shelf above us right here.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what we did.
The couch pulls up here, and you just slept inside of
I
it.
slept inside the
inside
couch.
the couch where we store our podcast equipment.
To be properly distanced, and we only performed acts of enjoyment that were approved by the government.
Yeah.
So we built a glory hole.
You built a glory hole?
In the other room.
You crawled into that globe and you poked a little hole into
Exactly.
it.
So, no, but I did go out a few times just to pick up the supplies to make the glory hole and other things.
No groceries.
Yeah, no groceries. What do you mean? Yeah. I did a few things, but again, like there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go.
Man, yeah, I'm going crazy.
It's insane. Comedy this time really feels gone. It really feels.
Yeah,
like,
comedy's dead.
Yeah, I saw like this comedian who is like, you know, who always working in Canada, and he's always traveling around Canada working. And
Right.
he just made a post saying, "Indefinitely out for now. Let me know if you need any construction work around the house." you
Yeah.
know? And you're like, hey.
Ha-cha-cha. I'm glad I kept my day job.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
You were telling me, Jason messaged me like in shock that the term "hip hip hooray"
Oh, yeah.
is anti-Semitic.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, how am I supposed to know that?
He called to apologize.
Yeah, for all the times I cheered you on.
That he came to my grandmother's last birthday and the
I
whole
was like,
time
hip
she
hip
was like,
hooray. Hip hip hooray. Yeah, I saw a list of an article with like 9 things that are racially insensitive that I had no idea about.
Yeah, so hip hip hooray, yeah, is
It's on there. It's the only one that affected Jews.
and it's something that like you don't know until you learn it like that. You know, like it's not like something in life.
No,
that
it's not
someone's,
like
offended by.
Yeah, it's not like you're 5 years old and you win a soccer game and everyone's like, okay, well, we're gonna celebrate right now, and just so you know, this affects the Jews exclusively. Now, kids, hip hip, and it was just like, all right.
I definitely did a lot of hip hip hooray though. Like I think it's just funny when you get older and you just learn that you're not allowed to say things. Even one thing that like is not even it's not even a bad thing to say. It's just knock on wood because it's about Jesus, so you're not supposed to say.
Really?
Yeah, because they're talking about when you're talking about wood, they're talking about Jesus' erection or whatever. They're talking
Right.
about the cross.
Yeah.
So you knock on wood. So then when you're like a big Jew, you're like, oh, so that like knock on wood just silly thing to say,
Not okay. But can you contextualize hip hip hooray? What is bad?
It means it's just like hip hip hooray. All the Jews are dead. No, there's like an actual term, hip hip something. I don't know. I don't know the details of it. It's just, and it's not. It didn't originate from Germany. It's older than that, but used very commonly by the Yamens.
What the hell does that mean?
They used it, during the times when they were like, "Hey, we don't like the Semites."
Okay, so hip hip hooray is bad. I'll go through the other ones.
Well, because I was also thinking, like, I remember.
But also, there's like some on this that like it's
Eeny,
like,
meeny, miny, mo. That's a bad one.
yeah, that's a bad one.
Everyone
knows
that one's so funny just because when they tell you what the real one is, like, whoa,
How did it go from tiger?
whoa.
But also, when you think about it, it's like it doesn't make sense for tiger to be the thing.
I mean, yeah, you're not going to catch it by the toe, but I
Yeah,
don't think
right.
you're really going to catch anything.
But this list of 7 racist slurs, which includes hip hip hooray, also has Eskimo on it. It's like I think we know
Yes.
about Eskimo by this point. It's not a very it's not a secret one.
No, it's not bad. You're supposed to call them snow Chinese people.
Oh
right?
my god. Another one that was
Chinese of the snow.
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Fuzzy Wuzzy. What's that?
It's bad.
Why?
It's got to do with an African tribe because they had the curly hair.
Dude, black people have it the worst. Black people like can't say anything. They're like,
No, they can say everything.
Everything's against them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know which one is used every day to this day? I still can't believe when they're like, "Here's the master bedroom, master. Are you the master?"
Well, of course, that's what it means.
Here's the master suite of the
Just
master.
call it the big room.
You're like, "Where's the slave room?" Next time,
That's the kids' room?
Showing me around, they're like, "This is the master bedroom." I'm like, "Where's the slave room?"
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh, this is a beautiful plantation. Thank you for showing me around." That one I can't believe they still.
I
use.
mean,
Bugger. Apparently, that one's a bad one.
Which one?
Bugger.
I don't know.
Not for black people, but it's like apparently it's like up the ass. Like you're a bugger. You do it up the ass.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't know that. I didn't know bugger was I didn't know that.
Nitty gritty is another one that I didn't. But it makes sense if you.
Another one hilarious is itis. The itis.
What does that mean?
Like when someone's like, I got the itis, like they ate too much, and they're like,
Yeah.
And the itis apparently used to be the N-word itis. That's what that used to be.
Good
the term.
lord.
And they just took off the first part. I'm like, I'll leave the end.
I feel like that's most of English language now. I'm going through these fucking things. Everything used to be racist.
It all used to have the N-word
What the
before
fuck?
it. All of America.
What have we done?
The entire English language had the N-word before it.
Man, yeah. The other one is spirit animal, which again, it's like, I mean, I don't think it's as bad as the other ones we've said. It's sure you're like kind of appropriating a culture, but it's not as bad as catch a tiger by the toe or. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just funny that you like, and there's like called the kettle black is apparently bad, and then there's so many.
Yeah. Well, so everything is racist.
I'm cool with it. Like I don't really need to say those things. It's just weird because you learn, and then someone will make a face like ooh, and you're like, like you know what's another one that I just like don't Jew me. Like that's a bad thing to say. You can't say don't Jew me. I mean, come on, it's a verb. Gyp was a one that came much later that I didn't know.
I didn't know either.
I said it so much.
You're a gypsy, Harry.
I'm like, this Jew is trying to gyp me. And I'm like, oh, you say Jew me. I'm like, oh, sorry, I said it wrong.
I think I learned about gypsies still being around when I was watching House as a young guy.
Yeah.
Because they can't get blood transfusions.
Why?
Because you can't accept the blood. Because in case the person giving you the blood's a Jew, that's why
Oh.
you can't. No, but they don't accept blood transfusions. You can't
right,
poke your skin or whatever. But you can smoke a cigarette while being 7 and pickpocketing.
That's okay.
Outside of St. Mark's Place in Venice or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. If you get a blood transfusion as a gypsy, you turn into a pigeon. That's the curse.
No more tears.
But yeah, I don't know the last time I said fuzzy wuzzy. I'll keep not saying it outside of the context of this podcast.
I mean, I say it a lot, so it's gonna be very difficult.
Every time you take off your pants in front of the mirror, you go fuzzy wuzzy.
I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna dirty talk anymore if I have to take fuzzy wuzzy out.
That's where is that? Is that between the
It's none of your goddamn
All right.
business is where it is.
It's between the tit and the elbow.
The fuzzy wuzzy.
Yeah.
I watched a great show that's a bit older called Escape from Dannemora.
I'm sorry, what?
Escape from Dannemora. Escape from Panorama.
You're trying to do a joke that's landing for nobody right now.
It's not a joke. I can't remember how to say the name.
Okay.
Escape from Dannemora. And it's about
Is it Irish?
No, it's a true story about two murderers who were in jail who escaped a
Irish man's ass.
maximum security.
I'm Dan Amora, and there's two people.
They didn't get out of my ass, and I'm a Scot.
Yeah, it's true. I was doing Scottish as
I'm
well.
a Scot.
Escape from my ass, you will, eh?
Dude, they escaped from prison,
Yeah.
which is the coolest thing in the world. It's crazy that this guy did it. He
Yeah.
was a really smart dude. I don't know how he managed it. I mean, I watched the show.
A spoon behind a poster, just spoon through a wall that's hidden behind a Marilyn Monroe poster or whatever.
This story is so ridiculous. No one would think it's real. Yeah, and it's really good. You should
What's
check
it on?
out.
It's a movie?
It's
or?
Showtime, I believe.
Okay, so I got to
And it's with
download it.
Benicio del Toro, who's
Oh.
everyone's favorite person in the world.
I like Benicio. His face looks like a you know how we have bags of milk in Canada?
Yeah.
Looks like a bag of Jack Daniels. That's what that face looks like. What a puffy bitch.
Yeah, he's a puppy bitch, but I love him. And then Paul
Giamatti?
Paul Dino the dinosaur, Paul Dano.
Paul Dana. Oh yeah, okay, the bitch from There Will Be Blood.
Yeah,
The guy that fucking sucks.
he's great.
He looks like a kid I grew up with. I think that's why I hate his face so much.
It's directed by Ben Stiller.
No way.
I like how you got excited about that.
No way.
Duh, Ben Stiller.
I mean, like, it's a weird thing for him to have directed.
And it's just
It's no Secret Life of Walter Mitty or whatever the fuck.
It's really good. It just makes you think, like, man, they're in jail right near Montreal, so they got like a nice view, which is
Really?
cool. Yeah, like right on near the Adirondacks.
So it's a Canadian.
No, it's
story?
in the States, but it's
okay.
like in New York, right by the
Okay.
border. And it just made me think, like, oh man, prison? Like, are you kidding me? I could not go to prison. Like, there's
No one's asking you to.
There's no going to prison. That's not an option. Like, what would you do? What would be your week? What would you prep before going to prison? What would be your prep?
Cement up my ass.
See, I would do the opposite. I would
Loosen
buy,
up your
yeah,
ass.
exactly. I would buy enough butt plugs to loosen it up so that if someone tried to get
And
in there,
as soon as you get in there, like, we don't do that. You know that, right? That's like a harmful stereotype about the prison community. We actually don't do that. Thank you very much.
You mean I gauged out my butt for nothing? I got a huge gauge in there for nothing, just so when they go in,
Like
there's
those
no friction.
earrings, except
Yeah,
for your
yeah,
asshole.
exactly. Every week I put in a new one that gauges at another level. So when I go in there, they can't. There's no friction. They don't enjoy it.
Okay.
That's how I would spend my last week before, just stretching. No. Jason's like, mine's already pretty stretched out. I wouldn't have an
dude, I don't know.
issue.
I do it every day. I do reverse Kegels every morning.
Oh my god, it's so great. And
No,
also,
I don't have a plan, dude. I'm not gonna go to jail.
I do like newer prison movies made in in the last 5 years, let's say.
Okay.
Now, just because they're very careful on who they inmate, like that it's not too ethnic in the jail, you know,
Right.
because they want to make sure that it's like. I like the
Opposite of every other movie where it's
Yeah.
like they want the opposite of representation.
Yeah, because when we were like growing up, like it was just any jail was just filled with Mexican and black people. Like otherwise,
like Prison Break or whatever.
yeah, otherwise we wouldn't understand that it was a jail.
If they
You know what I
weren't
mean?
Mexican or black, they were pedophiles.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
every.
it's true. It's one or the other, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
They were white pedophiles.
White pedophiles, yeah, with mustaches like ours.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what these are. These are sex offender mugs. You can choose your sex offender.
I'm a sex defender. Wait, no, I'm holding the wrong face. Fuck. God damn it. I'm checking out Oren's face. I forgot. I thought it was my face.
Yeah. I do like. I was reading about how all Disney villains are queer. I didn't,
Yeah.
and I love that article because I think it's so funny when you think about it. I always knew it growing up.
Jafar.
Well, Jafar, we knew what he did at
Jafar.
the other end of that staff.
Yeah,
So
hell
we know
yeah.
what he was up to with that. There was Hades. That was he was in the
I never
Hercules.
watched
He like had
Hercules.
black lipstick on the whole time
Oh.
and just very
Very
wristy.
femme, yeah.
Yeah, just very wristy the whole time. I mean, Ursula. Such a lesbian. It's crazy. Like, with the haircut. Come on. She's just walking around and she's like flirting with Ariel. She's like, give me your voice. But we know what she really wants.
Yeah, yeah.
She doesn't want that voice.
The voice from her pussy.
Dude, absolutely. There was a snake
Dude,
from...
absolutely. Okay, just... Yeah.
There was the snake from Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He had a lisp.
Well, yeah, because he's a snake.
Yeah, but hold on. I said he had a lisp, and you said, of course, because he's a snake.
Yeah, dude, everyone knows that.
All snakes have lisps.
Yeah, dude, like even in Harry Potter, the fucking snake from inside the walls or whatever, the serpent that lives in the walls had a little lisp.
Because
they slither
around. Yeah.
But
it's pretty gay.
Snakes, the only gay animal.
I don't think it's the only one. I imagine there's a lot more.
Penguins, I think, are also.
Penguins are like, fuck you, man. We live our lives. We have rights too.
We got no legs, but we got hearts.
They say Scar too, but I don't see it as much. Like, I get he didn't have a mate, but I don't.
Oh, Scar was very effeminate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Jeremy Irons is like kind of like that. He's got.
I don't know who that is. Like, I can't really picture him as in any other role, so I can't.
Well, he's got a mane and a scar across his eye. He looks a lot like the character,
Yeah.
actually. And then there was also there's Cruella de Vil, which there's no way Cruella de Vil was born a woman. There's no way in hell if you look at her.
Too tall.
There's no way in hell. Not with cheekbones like that. I
Yeah.
don't believe it.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay.
There was also that one I remember because I was thinking.
You just got all these fucking villains on the top of your head, eh? I don't remember any villains.
Well, I thought about it.
Okay.
And I was because I was also it all spanned from watching a clip from The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is I love how Tim Burton just got away with everyone thinks he like directed it and made him by himself in his basement when he's just like with a producer on it, you know?
Oh yeah, it's not actually his.
No, well it is his. He produced it, but I mean that's all he did.
Okay.
But there's a character in it. There's a bad guy, and he's the Oogie Boogie. And apparently that's
on the list of racist things. I can't say.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But he and someone advised him of that, and he's like, absolutely not. We're keeping it. And he's like, and they're like, and you sure you still want to have a black man do the voice for Oogie Boogie? And he's like, yeah, I think we're still going to go.
Who's
with
the voice?
I don't know. It's just some deep, dark black man,
yeah.
like hello, you know, like like jazzy, because like it's
Right.
a jazzy number. They do that in a lot of things. Like the Jungle Book too. You could argue that like the monkeys, like that the one man's fire, like are not like it's just like. You can argue that they're a representation of the black people because
I can't picture them now.
but not because they're monkeys, and not really anything because they say, but they're the only characters that jive talk. You know?
Oh, like the crows in Dumbo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they're jive talkers, and their song is completely jazz.
Oh, I
and
do
jive.
remember. I was like, this is extremely racist. Yeah. I watched it recently.
It's just hilarious.
A couple years ago.
The best one that is like hard to like. There's just no defense is in the movie Aristocats. There's a Siamese cat, and it has the buck teeth, and she's playing the piano with chopsticks. It's just like, that one is like so.
How old is that one? That's old as shit, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like one of the really boring Disney ones.
Yeah, it's not one I remember at all.
Yeah,
but very sexual. Those cats, I remember.
Yeah,
they
there's
walked
a song,
around with their assholes up in the air.
There's one song like the main guy sings. He's like O'Malley, I'm O'Malley the alley cat, and he's just
Oh,
very
no.
Like, he's like, let me get
cat
into
of the
your
night.
alley. Yeah, exactly, cat of the night. Let me get into your. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
End of thought.
Yeah. We're gonna really dig that Disney well on this podcast. We're really gonna go through every single.
Well, you have to understand it's literally kind of like
the only thing that's in your brain. Yeah.
You know, I think about Disney shit a lot and Stupid Beatles stuff a lot. That's pretty much where my brain goes.
I get it, dude.
And I was recently telling someone that had a Pez dispenser collection, and I realized how ridiculous that is. I didn't realize how.
What do you mean you didn't realize it? I make fun of it every time I see you.
I was watching Pawn Stars, and there's this guy who walks in with these Pez dispensers, and they're fucking like not like they're cooler than the ones I have. They're like older and like relics, and he has boxes, you know.
Yeah, they're like made of metal.
I don't know. Yeah, made out of shrapnel from the war.
Yeah,
and they've got like Eisenhower's head on it.
Just Mount Rushmore, whatever the fuck. It's a 4-prong Pez dispenser.
Yeah,
Feed the whole family.
Those were the collectibles back then. And he goes in, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And he had one that I actually have, and I was like, oh, great, we're gonna see the value. And he's like, I'm not buying these for anything.
They're pieces of shit.
Yeah, they had some guy come in. He's like, Pez can be worth something, but not really. And the guy's like, I'll give you $150 for like so many Pez dispensers. It's like one of those things where it's like, do you want me to throw these out for you? Is that what you've come here to ask me? And I'm like, I don't know. My collection's not gonna be worth anything. I thought I invested well. Should have went with Beanie Babies. What was wrong with me?
Beanie Babies, baby. Or what's Furbies?
That's what Jason's penis feels like when it's erect, a Beanie Baby.
Beanie Baby. There's very different shapes and sizes, so I don't know which one you're making fun. But to me, I'm picturing the biggest one.
I'm thinking the teeny Beanie Baby.
The one with the smallest ears.
And
that's mine.
Teeny Beanie Baby.
I'm just distracted by the fact that it's 4:30 p.m. and I'm looking outside and it is night now. It's over. Fucking. What have we done?
It's so ridiculous when they do this to us. When they just have to convince us that it's a new time, and we're like, but my body and my mind and my clock on my oven tell me otherwise. It's such a different world now, and they just change all the clocks for you.
Yeah, I know.
It's
There's
just
one that I got to change. It's the shitty one above my stove.
I managed to do my car almost the entire year. I think I did. I don't think I ever changed it back. I think it actually just
Now it's back to normal?
No, now it's fucked again.
Oh.
That's what I just realized. Yeah, now we're back to
it takes a second. I did my girlfriend's car on the way here, and that's it.
Yeah, you did it.
No.
Did it in the gas tank of my girlfriend's car on my way here. I got my winter tires on also. It seems a little
yeah, we got to do. Well, I think the limit, and we have a legally imposed date in Quebec, and it's in 2 weeks.
Man, they always, every time I get my tires changed, they keep the hubcaps on with these twist ties. I'm like, my car can't be too good. If twist ties is what every garage decides to do. It's like I've gone to 3 different ones, and it's not like one person decided to do it. They're just like, these are not gonna, they're gonna swing off and kill somebody if you go 1 kilometer without it.
I was watching a forensic file where one of the murderers used a cop level zip tie, and I forgot that the cops use that sometimes.
Yeah, I like it when they have, like, I was watching in The Wire, and they're like coming to, like, it's like raid control kind of thing. You know? There's lots of people, and they just have that double.
We don't have enough handcuffs for all of them.
Just zip tie all these assholes. Yeah. The cops get so excited to hurt people. Is that what real cops are like, you think?
I think some of them for sure. I think there's definitely some psychopaths in there.
It's a bad part of town, I noticed, in that
show. In The Wire?
Yeah.
And they're not doing good, huh?
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem fun at all.
But also, I like how all the architecture in that part of Baltimore just looks like the fancy part of town in Montreal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all they have to do is paint the door, and it's like $1.5 million fucking duplex.
I'm like contacting my real estate broker. Like, how much for that place?
What about the row homes in Baltimore with the bodies in them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Where they store the bodies, and it's so over the top at points. I was saying also, I know there's a lot of this talk about The Wire, but I've been watching it a lot. And the first season is amazing, and it's just like they're just like sequels after that. It feels like to me.
Yeah, I don't know. 3, 4 are great.
There's something about having a controlled story, you know, where everyone's fucking plot line is about the main story, and I don't want to like go off and see these fucking storylines about their families and their homes and things that have nothing to do with anything.
It's like Marvel though. It's a cinematic universe of The Wire. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
Yeah, it is.
No comparison.
Yeah, it is.
Marvel. You watch Marvel movies?
No, I don't. Well, actually, I fucking say no, I don't. But when I had the flu 1.5 years ago, I went through like fucking 9 of them.
Yeah, you watched everyone but Black Panther. You told me.
No, I watched Black Panther. I watched it a lot.
I watched it
the whole time.
It's my favorite movie. I watched Black Panther and then 12 Years a Slave. Back and forth.
I watched it. No, I liked the first Captain America. I think the most, and the rest I just didn't. I don't know. I fucking didn't like.
There's got to be a fucking Jewish. I want a Jewish.
You want a Jewish superhero?
Yeah.
I'll tell you who it is. It's the fucking producer who put his money behind those movies. That's who the Jewish superhero is.
The person who created it. I think it's the funniest that a lot of them were created by Jewish guys, but none of them thought to make a Jewish one. Like, that's unbelievable.
Well, they were like, no one would believe this. He's from another planet. Yeah. His kryptonite is a thing called kryptonite, where his weakness is a rock from space, but no one could ever believe that Clark Kent was Jewish.
What are we trying to convince?
It used to be Clark Kentstein.
Kentsburg. I don't know. I'm into the movies though. I'm a big nerd when it comes to comic book stuff, Batman and all that stuff.
No, you're not.
See it all. Yeah, I am.
Really?
Oh yeah, love it. Watch it all. I watch the stupidest YouTube videos theorizing the next phases, and I promote all these nerds in their garage. Dude, I support way too many people. And you know what I do when I watch their videos? I like those videos, and then I subscribe to their channels, and then I see if they have a podcast, and then I rate their podcast.
What the hell?
Yeah, I do those things just because I like the thing that I'm watching.
You like to support?
Yeah, and I enjoy the thing.
And you tell your friends about it like you're doing right now.
Exactly. I just share with my friends, and I go, hey, check out this amazing podcast with this really handsome dude and this Italian guy.
But yeah, please go. Thank you for the couple of ratings we got on the iTunes.
Yeah, that's appreciated.
And thank you for still listening wherever you are in the States. I see you guys pop up on our little map where
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm waiting for Kuwait to come back.
Yeah, what the fuck, Kuwait? He's
Kuwait,
gonna
I
like
haven't
listen to this in
I
2
haven't
weeks. Be
seen
like,
you in
I'm
a
back.
while.
I'm back.
I don't know if it's Ramadan or something, but I'd love to see you back. I'll, and also don't forget you can get merch.
No, you can't. But to fucking look at it, huh?
Look how great that is.
Look
And
how
on the other
stupid
side,
his face looks.
It says Friendship Hour.
It says Friendship Hour.
That's the name
so.
of our podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Where are we on time,
I
Jason?
think we've done like 50 minutes.
50 sounds good.
It sounds good. Listen,
It's a right round number.
we're sorry about last week. If it was a little, we were tipsy.
I was tipsy,
I
but
was tipsy.
honestly, it was mostly Jason's fault. I think.
When I vaped from my computer and it fucked up my sound.
Dude, I had to like retime the whole thing. I'm like fucking sitting there going, fucking asshole.
Okay, well, it's not my fault that your significant other fled the country
She
to
fled.
seek asylum in the States.
And now she's back because guess what? It's crazy over there. I don't know if you heard. It's crazy over there. But don't forget to vote.
Yeah, please go vote.
all my Americans.
Also, I think it's gonna be too late for them to vote by the time they hear. No,
November 3rd. Yeah, might be. You know what? So don't vote.
don't vote. It's actually the worst thing you can do.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing. I also hope you had a great. I don't know. I'm losing it, Jason. Halloween. We didn't do anything about Halloween. We should. Last episode should have been called something Halloweeny.
It's called Pigeon Milk.
I know. We
That's
should have
pretty
called
gross.
it something.
Oh, we can do this one as a Halloween episode.
I like.
We talked about Halloween
things
a
to
lot.
be a little festive.
Okay,
you know?
well, it's post
Even
Halloween
if it's
festivities.
if it's small, like I was making love, and then when it was done, I said that was spooktacular, and that's the kind of thing I'm looking for.
Okay, well, we're gonna leave on that one. I wasn't even paying attention to what you said. I just don't like the look in your eye when you're saying it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Friendship.